All right, let's talk about the amount of bubbles, and per X amount of gallons of water. I know people got their own little ratios. I've seen some off-the-wall stuff having like 1 watt per gallon, but not all air pumps are created equal when it comes to the amount of air that they push per watt. So that it makes absolutely no sense to me. So versus the amount of electricity they consume, it just really doesn't make any sense. But I'll show you the flow, the amount of bubbles that I like to get. You can see here. Let me get a flashlight so it's even better. You can see for the most part I'm covering. I got 4 air stones in this, and it's a lot of air. There could be one more air stone right here, because you can see that this little ridge right here where it's not, where we got air stones on that ridge here, and then the center. So it's a good idea in this case to have 5, which is what we're running. 5 looks like this. We got 1 there, here, there. I've been asked, is there ever a case where it's too much air? I have never seen a case with too much air, to be honest. But if you're looking to put an extreme amount of air, you might as well be running aeroponics instead. I don't know. That's where your roots are dangling in air all the time. So, same thing here. We got 5 air stones. That's a good amount of. That's a very good amount of air here. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that with the slide, but it's running very nice. It's a lot of air. Try and place the air stones around the edge and it's a little bit in the center. You don't ever want the roots to become suffocated. If you place all the air stones in the center, I've had it happen on a grow. The roots will grow around the air and just totally engulf the air stones. And when you lift up the pot, the air stones and everything just come out like one big clump. And you're like, wow, what the hell happened? Basically, at that point, it's like survival of the fittest. Whatever roots or whatever plants, however many plants you're running, we're just going straight for the air, and trying to dominate the air. It's the more the better. So in this case, we got it on the perimeter and in the center. So you got air coming from the center to supply oxygen, and along with that, on the sides, when the roots grow down through to the center of the air stone, you have air all the way around the root mass. So you're not creating that effect. So this is basically how I like to look, and everything looks pretty equal. There are in some cases, your air stones will look like they're duds. They're just basically fizzling out with very little air, and you want to go ahead and replace those stones. I would say it happens on about 10 to 20% of the stones. 2 out of every 10 stones. In this case, these are stones that have already been used, so I know work well. They were all pre-soaked in H2O2 hydrogen peroxide for about 5 days, emptied out, and then done again for probably about another 4 or 5 days. So right now they're good. They were rinsed off really well. They probably sat for about a day or 2 in just some hot water. Got them all good again. Ready for the next run. There we go. That's AP60. So that is one AP60 running 14 air stones total between the 3 containers, and each container is 10 gallons, excuse me, to the bottom of the net pot. All right, that's my little tip. I don't know if you guys can formulate some kind of ratio per gallon of water. I think that's unnecessary. If you can look at the water and see that there's enough air, that you should be good enough. All right, peace.